Hello and welcome to our Unenlightenment podcast. My name is Eric English. I'm your resident philosopher, theologian, and ninja. Hey, look, everyone, I value your time. My goal is to always provide my listeners with the best content, that it's thought provoking and insightful. And this is why I don't publish my podcast on a schedule like a lot of people do, but only when I've secured the best guests and the best content. That's what I want to bring to the show. With that said, I have a great guest coming at the beginning of next month for you all to look forward to. So stay tuned for that great conversation. But before I get started here, I want to take a few moments to announce some exciting news. Unenlightenment, a theological foundation for deconstructing and reconstructing the Christian faith, is now available for purchase. Published by the good people over at Choir. I know, another book on deconstruction. But I promise you, this one is different. Not only does this book take you through and deconstruct all major theological concepts and ideas, and some minor ones for fun, but it also helps to provide logic and rationality and help the reader to reconstruct into a more logical and rational view. They can reconstruct their own perspective. I provide my own perspective as an example of what a reconstruction might look like. The book also provides a psychology section or psychological section at the end in the postscript. And that is geared towards to help people who may experience trauma. Either they've experienced it already in the church or they experience it during the deconstruction process. Either way, that section is there to help people who are experiencing that sort of trauma. The book is packed full of resources. It has an accompanying website that comes with it, UNenlightenmentthebook.com. I'll provide all these links in the description below. The book also helps individuals deal with doubt, which often happens at the beginning of the deconstruction process. It also goes through and surveys a lot of the historical doctrines of the church. It is a historical corrective. It is a way for people who have been taught a certain way, especially within evangelicalism, to view the truth of history and doctrine, to know where and when and why certain things are the way they are. Ultimately, it's a way for individuals going through this process to provide a more cogent version of Christianity. I don't want people to read this book and just believe what I believe. Again, I only provide my perspective in order to show how Reconstruction takes place, and I do that in every doctrine that I deconstruct. Also, the book provides questions at the end of each chapter to help individuals or groups to consider certain ideas more in depth. And I have a special deal that I'm doing with groups of 5 or more where I will join on a Zoom call, your group, and you can register for that on unenlightenmentthebook.com under the contact section. There's just a ton of resources and tools that have been created. In the process of finishing up a leader's guide that will go along with the book as well that you'll be able to get on the website. There's just a ton of stuff with this, and it is a must-have for people who are going through this process, or if you know people who are going through this process. If you're a pastor and you want to deepen your discipleship in your church, this is a great book to use. Basically, it's perfect for anybody going at any stage of the deconstruction process. I guarantee that you will find value in this book. Again, I will provide links in the descriptions so that you know how to purchase the book. It is only $19.99. It also comes on Kindle, and in a few weeks should be available for audiobook as well. Again, I normally don't do public service announcements like this, but this really applies to a lot of people, and I really, really put my heart and soul into this book and would really like to share this with the world. So please take a look at it. Go on Amazon and take a look at the table of contents and a couple samples. And if you have any questions, put them down in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them. But I guarantee, like I said, you'll love this book. It is an indispensable resource for not even just people going through deconstruction and reconstruction, but also for theologians, for students. There are just so many ways that this book can be used, and I really want to get this out there in the world, really start helping to correct a lot of the abuses of the theological abuses that evangelicalism has brought upon us. And I hope that, again, if you have any questions, you can contact me via the website of the book, unenlightenmentthebook.com, or you can drop a question. I answer all the questions that I ever get down here in the comment section. Thank you so much for listening and subscribing.